Hey, it's Jad T. Jones. Today we're going to talk about the 4 places to touch a girl for the first time. This channel helps you find a beautiful girlfriend through methods of complete integrity without doing anything creepy, weird, or dishonest. So, what are the 4 places to touch a girl for the first time? Well, before we get into it, first, let's review some key mindsets. First of all, don't worry, this video isn't going to teach you how to be creepy or weird. Being creepy or weird is the last thing we want to do. I want to make you into a ladies' man. And to turn you into a ladies' man, you got to be smooth, you got to be cool, you got to be what I call a regular, normal, cool guy. So none of these techniques are going to be weird or creepy or go against any of your personal values. So, first of all, why should we break the touch barrier? Well, there are several reasons. Number 1 is you want to gauge if the girl likes you or not. If a woman likes you, generally she'll be okay with you touching her. Whereas if she wants to have nothing to do with you, then she'll kind of flinch or kind of move away if you touch her or even make a gesture towards touching her. So we use touch as a gauge. Now, with that being said, you shouldn't try to gauge if a woman likes you by going up and touching her and kind of freaking her out. That's why I strongly suggest you download my 1-page cheat sheet, how to tell if a woman is sexually into you before you make a move on her. The link is in the description, because you never want to be reaching out to touch a woman before you get some indication that she's kind of into you. So the first reason is you want to gauge her interest. The second reason is that touch builds comfort. The more you talk to a woman and touch her here and there, the more comfortable she's going to be. Of course, if she's interested in the first place, right? We're going to assume that she has some interest in you in the first place. Well, touch just builds that comfort. And the third reason why you should be touching women, that sounds creepy and wrong. This all has to be in context, okay? The reason why you should be breaking the touch barrier with women who are showing interest in you, okay, that sounds better, is because that's going to make it easier later on to move on to the first kiss. If you talk to a woman and never touch her and then go for a first kiss, that's like a giant leap. Whereas if you've been breaking the touch barrier here and there, then by the time it gets to the first kiss, then it's going to feel more natural. Now, as a side note, I didn't really sleep last night, so I'm tripping over my words. So please forgive me if I seem a bit off on this video. I'm just sleep deprived. So let's get into the 4 different places to touch a girl for the first time. Place number 1 is hug, okay? Hugging is one of the easiest and most non-threatening and socially acceptable ways to break the touch barrier with a woman. So, here are some places where you can hug her. Let's say you're being introduced to her, in a social circle, and she's like, hi, and she puts out her hand. You can just playfully say, I'm a hugger, right? And then you just kind of do this, and the hug happens naturally, okay? That's what I do usually with all women, because for me, it just honestly feels awkward to like shake girls' hands, like, hello, like it's more natural to just like, hey, how are you doing? Nice to meet you, I'm Jad. Little hug, boom. Now with the hug, don't like hold on, okay? That's creepy, okay? That's like, all right? Just boom, boom. Make her feel almost like you didn't want to hug her. Like you hug her, but it's like boom, boom, right? That way she's not going to feel like, oh, this guy's creeping on me. It's just, oh, okay, this is the way he naturally greets people. Boom, boom. Another great time to do the hug is when you meet her, let's say on the first date. Oh, hey, what's up? Boom, hug. All right, let's go. Quick, easy, natural, socially acceptable, and you broke the touch barrier in a very natural way. The second place to touch a girl for the first time is here. Let's say on her bicep, side of her arm, okay? So the way you do that is just, I like to do it with the back of my hand, and I just kind of like tap her. So I'd be like tapping her like this. I'm like, oh, hey, check this out, or hey, listen, right? So again, it's just like a boom, boom, done. You see that it's not threatening. It goes unnoticed. You're not like, hey, listen, right? I'm exaggerating, but right, creepy, right? I'm not even using the palm of my hand. I'm using the back of my hand. I'm trying to be as non-incidental as possible. Oh, hey, what? Oh, check it out, right? So I'll just be like standing side by side with her, or kind of like at a 90-degree with her, and it's like, hey, what's up? Or hey, listen to this, or hey, look at that, right? So the back of your hand to this part of her arm, very non-threatening. You're breaking the touch barrier. Again, you can kind of gauge, and it's completely socially acceptable, not creepy or weird, but at the same time, you know, you're pinging her, you're touching her, versus just being like, you're over here and she's over here and there's absolutely no touch. And then again, that's going to create a problem later when you want to kiss her and you're here and she's there and you're like, okay, super awkward, right? But if you've been touching, whatever, then by the time it comes to the kiss, it'll be easy. If you want to know how to kiss a girl for the first time in a way where it's really smooth, drop a comment below saying, kiss her for the first time cheat sheet, and I'll create that for you guys. And if you're watching this video some months later, check the description. I may have created it and the link may be in the description box. The third place to touch a girl for the first time is kind of in this in the same area, but now you're using your elbow. Okay, hey, right? I'm like, hey, or if I like tease her, I like kind of like shove her, right? Again, you're not hitting her, just like playful like shove, right? Or sometimes I'm talking to a girl, we're having a few laughs, I tease her, and then I just kind of push her. You know, I just push her with my elbow, right? So this is kind of very childish, very innocent, and again, non-threatening, not creepy. This guy's not creeping on me. Again, very impersonal. You're touching someone with literally the bone of your elbow, right? But it's very playful. I'll be like, you know, maybe I'll be kind of, this is one thing that I like to do with girls. We'll be walking towards, let's say, a doorway, right? And what do most guys do? Like, oh, please, after you. And, you know, so I want to be a bit different. So if this is the doorway and we're walking here, I just kind of like gently start pushing my elbow like this, pushing her away, so that I go through the door and she basically has to walk to the wall, right? And then that's a tease. Then she like punches me on the shoulder, ha ha ha, right? So you can use your elbow a lot to like shove, to push, to nudge. You know, again, very gentle. Obviously, you're not hitting her, right? But this is a very, very smooth, cool way to break the touch barrier in a very natural way. The fourth place to touch a girl for the first time is using your knee on her knee. So you're sitting here, she's sitting here, and then your knees, like your knees should touch, right? Or maybe all your thigh, your whole thigh is touching her thigh. And you guys are talking and your thighs are touching, right? Very non-threatening. Or maybe, you know, you're like this and then sometimes they touch and then, you know, you move away again. Same thing with the knee. Sometimes you touch, you talk to her, right? And then you'll see if a girl really doesn't like you, she'll like move her knee or move her leg like this, right? If a girl's cool with you, and at this point she should be, then when your legs touch like this with your knee to knee or thigh to thigh, she's just going to stay there and you're going to stay there. And probably at this point, your shoulder's going to be touching her shoulder, thigh to thigh, shoulder to shoulder. You're talking like this. Again, you can nudge like this, you know, and then that's also very non-threatening. A woman is not going to let a guy be stuck to her if she doesn't like him. So that gauges as well. If you're like, okay, she's cool with my knee on her knee, my thigh on her against her thigh, okay, there's probably some interest there. So in the next video, I'm gonna teach you, I think, that the 3 creepy ways to touch a girl for the first time that you need to avoid. Okay, so the next video is gonna be what not to do, how not to touch a girl for the first time. So check out the cheat sheets in the description below. Click the links. They're all free, 1-page cheat sheets. Make sure you drop me a like, a comment to help this channel out. Subscribe, hit the notifications icon, and hopefully now I can go and get some sleep. Peace.